Hello guys, this is Faizan Ashraf from Professional Keeper, and in this video tutorial we are going to see a classification problem where we will do analysis whether a loan will be approved or not on the basis of different categories of the loan applicants. So let's begin. So at first I've imported all the necessary modules which would be needed by us for this project. Uh, they are NumPy, InterTools, Matplotlib, Panda, Seaborn, and scikit-learn. So basically, NumPy is used for mathematical calculation. Matplotlib is used for data visualization. Pandas is used for data cleaning and making and working with our data set. Seaborn is also used for data visualization. Then I have imported the data set which I would be using for this project. Its name is data123, and as it's an Excel file, so I have used read dash Excel of pandas library function of pandas library. Then to have a look of my data set, I've used df.head, which gave me the top 5 rows of my data set. Then using df.info gives me the analysis of each and every column of my data set. It tells me about the total null values in it and the data type of that column. Like for example, here for ID, we have no null value and data type is int. And date time stand for this data type stand for the data type of that column would be date type, and objects stand for string data types. Then using df.describe, I've got the statistical analysis of my data set. That means the how many rows are there, what's the mean value the of that particular row, the minimum value, the 25% of the total value, 50% of the total value, 75% of the total value, the maximum value in the data set. Now using df.core, I've got the correlation between each and every columns of the data set. Like this block give the correlation between ID and ID. This block give the correlation between applied loan amount to age, and so on. Then using df.d types, I've got the data types of each and every column. Now to work on our data set or to work on any data set, it's very necessary to clean the data set. That means to take that particular row from a data set which would be best efficient to work for data analysis or machine learning modeling in the data set. So I've taken those columns which would be most necessary or which are most important for the analysis of my data set. Then I have taken out those column into a data set and stored it in a variable loan. Then I've seen to get a look of the first 5 rows of my data set, I've used loan.head. Now counting the number of rejected and accepted applicants, I've used loan final status. It's the name of the column containing the information whether the loan is been accepted or rejected. Then dot value count, which gives me the total number of rejected, the total number of approval withdrawn, and approval pending. And it also tells the data type, and that is int. So we can see that the number of applicants rejected are 6,278. The number of applicants whose approval are withdrawn are 5,345, and similarly approval pending whose approval are pending are 46. Now here we have visualized what we have seen above in numeric format. That means the number of loan rejected, approval withdrawn, or approval pending. Now here using this plot, I have why I have used subplot here, so that in a single row I can make the graph. You can see gender and married. These two column graph are in a single row. For that we use plt.subplot. Now from here we can see that the number of applicants who applied for loan, among them the male percentage is around 70% while female is around 30%. Now this gives the marital status analysis. That means the number of people who have applied for the loan, around 65% are married, then around 32% are single, and so on. Here I have written my analysis. Now again I have used subplot. As you can see, as I have used 3 subplots, so 3 graphs have been drawn in a single row. Now let us see the purpose for which the loan have been applied. This graph shows that. Here you can see that most of the people who take the loan, around 50% of them are taking loan for their personal use. Now from this graph we can see that most of the people applying for the loan, or the most of the loan applicants, have completed their secondary education. Then second come the university, then third postgraduate, and so on. Then for residential status, we can see that the majority of the loan applicants, not majority but 50% of the loan applicants, live with their relatives. That means they live in a joint family, and so on. Now here I've written my analysis of above. Now I've again used a subplot here to see the applicant's analysis on the basis of employment type. As you can see that around majority section of the loan applicants who applied for the loan, around 70 to 75% of them are fixed income earner. Then on the second come the civil servant, then civil servant and non fixed income earner, I think stand for business. They both come in the same analysis. Then self-employed, then not applicable. That means those who are not employed. Then let's do that similar analysis on the basis of nature of business. Here we can see that the people or the loan applicants who are manager have around 28% of the total loan applicants are manager. Then second stand for office worker, then third services, then executive, and so on. And as you can see that students who mostly do not apply for loan, they are at the last. Now, from the above analysis, we see that 28% of the loan applicants are manager, while around 18% are office worker. Then let's see the number of loan applicants on the basis of their office area. This graph shows that particular analysis. Now, let us look on the loan applicants analysis on the basis of their applied tenure. What does tenure mean? That means the time period they are taking to to repay the loan amount. We can say that the majority, not majority, but the major section among them took loan, and the loan tenure was of 12 months, then 24 months, then 60 months, and so on. Now, this shows the graphical representation of our numeric analysis. Now, let's see how different variable changes the target variable. So here, what's the target variable would be? As it suggests that for the loan applicant, the target variable would be whether the loan has been approved or not approved. Let's see that analysis. Here I have used print pd.cross table. So before going further, let me tell you what does cross tab means. So cross tab is a pandas function. It is used to compute a simple cross tabulation of two or more factors. That means it's give us the tabulation in tabulation format. It gives the analysis of two or more rows. Here we have taken gender and final status, as final status is our target variable and gender is our independent variable. Now using this diff, I have added it and I have converted the data type to float. Of if it would not be float, then our data would not be added. So it's better convert it into float, because if beforehand it would be float, then there will be no change. But if it would be object, then first it will be changed to float, and then some addition would be done. Then what axis equal to 0 means? So if it would be 0, it means that it's of column. Axis equal to 0 means column, while axis equal to 1 means rows. Now using dot plot, I have taken kind equals to bar. That means I want a bar chart. And stack means this, that the graph would be stacked with each other. As you can see, blue and green are stacked with each other. Now let's see the analysis. Here we can see that the approval withdrawn of female, F stand for female, is 1771. Approval pending are 13 and rejected are 1889. While for male is 3574 for withdrawn, 33 for pending, and 4389 for rejected. And this shows the graphical representation of it. Let me please. I think now you can see this graph more properly. As you can see that approval withdrawn for stand for blue color, and here you can see that there's a very slight difference between female and male approval withdrawn. Female approval withdrawn is quite high comparative to male. Now let's go below. Now here, now here I have used again cross type, but in this time I am using marital status to do the analysis. Then again I've drawn the graph, and here you can see at first I've got the tabular format of my analysis, but although tabular format is not as attractive or as efficient as virtual analysis, so here we can see our virtual analysis. Here we can see that the people whose approval approval are withdrawn are majority from marital status, and so on for other, and this green represent rejection. Here we can see that the majority rejection happens for the people who are separated with their partners. Now here we can see hmm, now here I have done the similar analysis, but this time I have used employment type for my analysis. Now here you can see that the people who are from civil servant or who do civil job, they have the highest chances of getting their loan accepted, while also they have the highest chances for not getting their loan rejected. So at first there come the civil servant, then at second there come fixed income earners, that means the official job, and so on. Now let's do the same analysis for education level column. Here we can see that the highest number of applicants whose loan has been accepted by the bank are postgraduate. That means they have completed their PG, while the lowest are primary. Those who have completed their primary education, they have the highest chances of getting their loan rejected. As you can see, the green bar of this is the longest, and also the blue bar is the shortest. That means they have also they have the lowest chance of getting their loan accepted by the bank. Now similar analysis is done by me for job position. As you can see that the person who belongs to government job or semi-government job, they have the highest chances of getting their loan accepted, while the lowest for their getting their loan rejected. And as you can see that the people who are unemployed, those who are student, those who have not written their employment status, or those who are homemaker, they have the highest chance of getting their loan rejected. Now let's do the same analysis for nature of business. As you can see that the person who belongs to executive post in a business have the highest chance for getting their loan accepted, and similar stand for professional. As you can see, those who are professional, they have the highest chance of getting their loan accepted, and the lowest come of factory workers. That means the person who are factory workers and student and unemployed have the highest chance of getting their loan rejected. Now let's do similar analysis for loan purpose. We can see the person who took loan for tax payment have the highest chance of getting their loan accepted by the bank, and the person who took loan for medical expenses have the lowest chance of getting their loan accepted by the bank. Now here I have written all my analysis in textual format. If you wish, you can read it. You can pause the video and you can read my analysis. Now the mean income of the people from which the loan has been approved versus the mean income of the people for which the loan has not been approved. I've done this analysis here. As you can see that I have done the analysis on the basis of monthly income. So let's see this analysis. So here we can see that the person whose salary is above 60,000 and or above, they have the highest chances of getting their loan approved. Now, similarly, I have just categorized the income of the loan applicants into low, average, high, and very high, so that it could be quite easy for us to understand. And here you can see that whose salary come from 0 to 2,000 for 25,000, they come in low category. Similarly, from 25 to 50,000, they come in average. 50,000 to 10,000, they come in high. By 10 to 80,000, they come at very high. Now I have just concatenated this column with my data set, as you can see it here. So how concatenation work, you can see I've just taken this loan and I've added it using cut. Then again I have used cross tab with and done that my analysis on the basis of income category. As you can see that the people who have very high income have the highest chances of getting their loan accepted. So now Now here I have done the analysis on the basis of the loan amount applied. You can say applied loan amount, and here you can see that I have just categorized it. And as you can see that the people who take the loan of of 3 lakhs and above, they have the highest chances of getting their loan accepted. The next come of below 3 lakhs, and the third come of below 22 lakhs. Now again I have used binning so that I could categorize the loan amount applied by the person into 4 categories, that is low, high, high and very high. You can see how I have categorized it. Then this is the visualization part of it. You can see that the person whose loan income, or who have applied for the loan, and their loan income comes between, as you can see, that this average comes between 20,000 to 50,000. They have their loan has been accepted by the bank in most of the cases. So here we are done with the data analysis of bank loan approval. Hope you like the video. Please visit our website for more videos. Thank you.